Today we are going to talk about turning both ways, and we're going to use the cones to help us. We're fine going in an anti-clockwise direction, and the minute that we need to turn it the other way, we actually find it really difficult. So this figure of 8 loop that we're going to work on using slalom cones is going to really support that. If we've not met before, my name's Mel. I am a roller skate coach and small business owner, and I'm based here in Leeds. Already set the cones up on the floor, and what I've gone for is roughly my height and half again. So 1.5 times me on the floor. If I want to make it a bit more challenging, they're going to be closer together, but around my height is plenty challenging enough. Thank you very much. And if I want to make things a little bit easier, then a little bit wider. So about double my height would be roughly a good spacing, okay? When we start, we're just going to skate around the cones. Not too tricky, you're thinking, I know. So step 1, I'm just going to start moving around the cones, just skating side to side. So useful. As you can see, as I'm moving around, I need to be looking where I'm going, but my body is fairly upright, not particularly relaxed. And I'm just stepping and pushing. I'm not doing much more than that. I'm definitely not crossing over. So you can hopefully see where you might be. I'm not keeping a very tight line. That's deliberate. What do I mean by a tight line? If I was right next to the cone, then that would be what I would call a tight line, okay? Now it's actually not really that possible, and I'm not that bothered about it. I'm keeping roughly an arm's distance away from the cone, but it could be further, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, if you find this helpful, then make sure that you drop a thumbs up so that I know that you like this kind of content and I know what else to make. All right, if you don't like it, tell me that in the comments, because otherwise I don't actually know. Right, once I'm in line with the cones, so there's 2 cones and me, I actually want to practice turning my shoulders. So I'm going to bend my knees first of all, and then point at the cone that's further away. And can you see how that changes my shoulder position? And now I'm going to keep like pointing to that cone, tap, 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 tap. Now I'm in line with this cone again at the opposite end. So with my knees soft and nice and bent, I'm going to use the other arm and point at the opposite end. And off we go again. And can you see how my body is unraveling? I've got to really keep my finger focused on this cone. So now I'm back in line with the other side again, and I'm going to swap again. So this time I'm going to see if I can swap without stopping. Off we go, round, and I'm going to swap here. Swap. So at the moment I'm thinking about my arms and my shoulders. I am not thinking about my feet. I'm thinking, where am I looking? Keeping my eyes on the cones, opposite side. And my legs are simply following along. The power is in my shoulders, not so much the legs right now. We're going to add that later. Okay, so this could take however long it takes for you to get comfortable with skating round in both directions in your cones, okay? As you start to get more proficient and you're adding in those extra layers, like you are starting to cross your feet, which by the way, I'm going to cover in a separate video, not this one, then you will naturally start to get lower, okay? So you'll start to get lower and you'll start to become more efficient. So let's show you what that looks like. But what I want you to get out of this is that your shoulders have the power. Right, let's go a little bit quicker. So can you see I'm going wider, and now I'm rolling around the edge, rolling round, and the only pushing I'm doing is as I come out of the curve. Push, cross, push, cross, push, cross. push, cross. I hope you found this video really helpful today. Thanks so much for joining me, and see you on the next one.